Okay, so welcome to tennis lesson 2. So we worked on our forehand last time. Today we're going to have a little look at the overhead serve. So throwing the ball up and hitting the ball over the net towards our partner's service box. Okay, but just for now, let's get nice and warm. So all I want you to do, in the same way that we did when we did the cricket ball throw and the Nerf throw, and when you get your ball and just practice your overarm throw into your fence panel or your rebound net or whatever you've got, and just really practice rotating and getting as much whip and power and reaction as you can from this shoulder. Should be coming through and whipping round. Okay, a couple of shoulder rolls. Feet shoulder width apart, little couple of twists. Again, another couple of throws if you've got something to throw against. Overarm, or you can just do maybe some of those backwards. Smaller circles. Again, twisting. We're going to be using our whole body to twist and generate power. We go legs a bit wider apart. I'm just going to rock from side to side, keeping my chest up. With my feet slightly wider apart, I'm going to have another twist. Might have a little lean over this side. Okay, repeat that process if you need to. If you're nice and warm, let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first point to do with the overhead serve, and potentially the most important part of the whole movement, is the throw up of the ball, the toss of the ball. Okay, so all we're going to focus on to start with is that toss up of the ball. I'm standing opposite a net, so when I hit the ball into the net, it's not going to go very far and I can regather. If you've got something like that, it'd be really useful, or you could use like a hedge or a bush or something you'd be easily able to retrieve your ball from when you're going to be hitting it. To start with, again, much like all of the tennis stuff we've done so far, we're going to be standing side on, maybe 45 degrees to where we want to serve the ball. Okay. When we're in that position, I'm on the balls of my feet, I'm nice and light. Every time we get back to this middle position, this ready position, I want us on the balls of our feet. So remember that for a little bit later. And from here, all we're going to do is, starting with the ball touching my racket, I'm going to get myself a bit of momentum by moving my weight or transferring my weight from the front foot to the back foot. I'm going to over-exaggerate it so you can see it. Front foot, back foot. But realistically, I shouldn't be coming off of the balls of my feet. From here, all I want you to do is focus on that toss up of the ball. On the balls of my feet, transferring my weight, toss up of the ball. Notice how where I release the ball, it goes straight up in the air and would come straight back down to my hand again. So we're just going to have a couple of goes at that. Straight up. That was a bit further back, that one. Straight up, straight down. Straight up, straight down. Have a couple of goes. This is probably going to be your weakest hand because my strong hand's got my racket in it. So this is quite a difficult skill. If you can't do it, don't worry. Keep practicing. Okay, don't worry if you don't catch it. If it drops on the floor, that's okay. Just sort of look at where it's dropping. If you throw it up and it goes all the way forwards, you know you've thrown it too far forward. And if you throw it up and it comes back towards you, you know you've thrown it too far backwards. It needs to be somewhere in between, okay? At the same time as throwing the ball up, or tossing the ball up in the air, I'm going to be extending my racket hand behind me. So much like most of the twisting and overarm throwing we've done so far, my arms are going to work opposite to each other like a counterbalance. So whether this hand goes forward, this hand goes backwards, and so on. I'm never going to have both hands forward or both hands backwards in the overarm serve, okay? So as usual, I'm stepping in, side on, tossing the ball up and extending my racket hand behind me. As the ball is up in the air, I'm then going to twist my arms. Look how they're working opposite to each other. The ball is in the air, and I'm going to come through and hit the ball down over the net. So let's break it back down. Step in, toss up, Do another couple. Try not to lose your balance like I just did. I wasn't on the balls of my feet and I'm on an uneven surface. You want to be connecting with that ball, hitting the ball when it's at the top of its flight of the toss that you've thrown up. I'm not throwing it all the way to the sky. I'm not throwing it in my eyes. Probably about maybe racket height if you held your racket above your head. Throw it up and come through. Have a couple of goes. So have a couple of rotations just throwing the ball up, and then if you can, it's just that extension of both of the arms, and as it's up, twist through and see how much power you can put on your serve. Okay, so your game or challenge today is this. And I'm actually a bit nervous because it looks quite difficult, and I've made it. I've set up 3 sets of stumps and 6 cones. Each one has a different value. Cones are all, the orange cones are worth 5 points, the blue cones worth 10 points, and the stumps are each worth 2 points, okay? I'm gonna stand about maybe 3 or 4 meters away. You can stand as close or as far away as you feel comfortable. If you want to really challenge yourself, go further away. If you're struggling a bit and you need to make it a little bit easier, step a little bit closer to your target, okay? We're gonna take in the technique of the overarm serve that we've just developed, and we're gonna have a look to see how many of these objects I can hit. Obviously, you're not probably gonna have 3 sets of stumps and cones, so as usual, use bottles, empty bottles, tin cans, anything, other balls, football, sports equipment you've got, lay it out, see what you can hit. If you've got a big tree, again, you could try and hit the tree. As long as you're hitting the ball from a high to low trajectory or angle. Remember when we were doing the overarm throw, we were trying to be that plane taking off into the sky. This time, where the plane is coming into land and it's coming down towards the floor, okay? So, I've got 4 balls, so I'm gonna see how many I can hit in 4 balls. Take 1. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. But obviously I've been playing tennis quite a long time. This might be your first ever time trying it out. So don't be disheartened if you don't get it first time. Keep trying, move a little bit closer, have a go, and then try and creep a little bit further away. If you need to go back and recap the technique, that's probably a really good idea, okay? You will develop your own individual twist on the serve as you grow and you get a little bit better at tennis. But for now, stick with that technique we went through. Try this game, challenge other people to it, and see who wins. Good luck, and I'll see you on Monday.